Good morning, back again. You'll need your checkpoint book, your pencil, a ruler and a rubber. The first question is a simple subtraction. 423 minus 98. Now here you could do this in column if you want, but you cannot use a calculator. That's all you need to remember. We could also round 298 to 300. So we add 2 plus 2. Yeah, let me write it down. Plus 2, and that means that the subtraction becomes much easier. 423 minus 300 equals 123, but then we have to add the 2, so 125. Oh, that's horrible. 125. Second question, Fatima has 72 oranges. 4 oranges are necessary to make 1 glass of orange juice. How many glasses of orange juice can she make? How many glasses? So we simply divide 72 by 4, and this gives us the answer, which is 18 oranges. Okay, so here we have a question on fractions, and we have to shade 2/5. 2/5 means 2 out of 5. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I shade 2. So 2 out of 5. So here I shade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in total 8 squares. Your squares could be in any order, so you could have these 8 here, you could have these other 8 here. B. What fraction of the shape is shaded? So here we've got 1, 2, 3 out of a total of 8 squares. So my fraction will have a denominator. This Venn diagram shows information about children in grade 6 class. How many children walk to school? Well, walk to school is this circle here. So I have to add 5, 6, 2, and 6. The answer, of course, is 19. 14 times 37 equals 518. This is true. This is false. Multiplication grid, so let me see, 8 times 8 gives me 64, 6 times 8 gives me 48, 7 times 6 gives me 42, 9 times 6 gives me 54, 7 times 7 gives me 49. Here I have 7 times 8, 56, and 8 times 7, 56. You have to write all of the numbers in the grid. If you have not written all the numbers, I don't know, if you're missing 1 or 2, 1 point. If you get all the numbers, 2 points. 1 box of chocolates has 30 chocolates inside. in 6 boxes, I just calculate 30 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18, plus a 0, because it's times 10, is 180. Fatima draws a line that is 66 millimeters long. Let's remember that 68 millimeters is 6.8 centimeters. So on your ruler, make sure you're using the centimeters and not the millimeters. 9. Fatima is thinking of a number. Double my number is 14.4. For double, you remember what double means? Double means times 2. So the number that Fatima is thinking of, which is our mystery number, times 2 gives me the result of 14.2, which means that to find the mystery number I have to divide 14.2 by 2, and this gives me the answer of 7.1. Point 23 is plotted on the chart below. Here it is. Plot 3 more points with a sum of 5. 2 and 3, 2 and 3 have a sum of 5. The other points are, of course, 3, 2, 4, 1, 1, 4, 5, 0, 0, 5. And here they are on the chart. So, if you have 3 more, put a tick. Shade 5 more squares so that this shape has 2 lines of symmetry. We're talking about a vertical symmetry and horizontal symmetry. So we will shade this square here. Which means I've shaded 5 squares. Write each number in the correct box. So here I have 2 numbers. Of course there are 4 boxes, so you will not need all the boxes, only 2 of them. My midway point here between 9,000 and 10,000, of course, is 9,500. So my 9,482 will go here, and then 9,842 will go over here. Next one, 12. Write these fractions in their simplest form. Remember, simplest form means that we cannot divide it anymore. So if we divide this by 3, 12 divided by 3 gives us 4. 15 divided by 3 gives us 5. 4/5 is the simplest form. Here we can divide by 2, by 3, but the best division is 6. Divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 12 divided by 6 is 2. The simplest form of this fraction is 1/2. If you have a different answer, it is wrong. Sorry. Here are 3 mixed numbers. A mixed number is a number with a whole number and a fraction. This is 5 1/4, 7 1/2, 3 3/4. So we have 0 here and 10. So let's find our midway point. Our midway point, halfway point, is about here. This is 5. Yeah, so my 5 1/4, of course, will go in here. My 7 1/2, well, if this is 5 and this is 10, this is too close to 10, so my 7 1/2 will go in here. And again, 3 3/4. If I consider this here, it is less than 2, less than 3 definitely, so my 3 3/4 will go in here. Here is a 1 centimeter grid, meaning that each of these squares is 1 square centimeter. Draw a rectangle with a perimeter of 12. Important, rectangle, because if you draw a 3 by 3 by 3, this is a perimeter of 12. Yeah, perimeter of 12, but it's a square, so this is wrong. My rectangle will be 4 by 2. 4 by 2. This will give me a perimeter of 12. Another solution could be, let's see, 5 and 1. So I could have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it have again perimeter of 12, and this also would be right. So it's either this or this. What is the missing number? So if I go from -5 and I go +1, +2, +3, so obviously this is -4, this is -2, no sorry, -3, and the answer is -2. A sequence starts at 300 and 400 is subtracted, which means -40, not 400, sorry, I'm tired, -40, so 300 minus 40 is 260, 260 minus 40 is 220, 220 minus 40 is 180. The sequence continues. What is the first number which is less than 0? Okay, let's do it together. So 180 minus 40 gives me 140. 140 minus 40 gives me 100. 100 minus 40 gives me 60. 60 minus 40 gives me 20. 20 minus 40 gives me minus 20, which is my answer, minus 20.